I'm from New York State. I grew up on Long Island in New York and attended a public high school. My high school turned out very successful people, I later learned. Every year, several people would go off to the Ivy League schools, the military academies, and I was one of them. I attended Vassar, and I loved Vassar. I was pre-law, I thought, and then I began taking geology classes and enjoyed it tremendously. Ended up with a double major. An oil company recruiter came through town, and none of us in my class, in a small class, it had not occurred to us that we could have a career in geology. And here's why. It was the late 70s. Although we had a strong science department at Vassar, Mariah Mitchell, for example, was an astronomy professor at Vassar, and her lab was right next to the geology building. We did not have a tradition of sending people off to graduate school and into the profession as such. And that is because the profession was not friendly to women. In order to go to graduate school, a geoscientist, after the undergrad years, attends field camp. That is in the summer, usually after graduation, or sometimes the summer between junior and senior year. Field camp is a field mapping exercise, generally 6 weeks duration. Those field camps are generally located in the far west of the United States. They were not co-ed for a very long time. There were some women who had a chance to go to some field camps, but those occurrences were very rare. Women who did achieve a PhD in geoscience tended to be in very narrow specialties such as micropaleontology or crystallography or mineralogy or some part of the field that didn't require field work. So Vassar did not have a tradition of sending people into the industry. Again, we're in New York State. The industry was not located in New York State by and large. There was very little presence, which explains why it didn't occur to many of us to go into the field. So I went to graduate school upon the recommendation of the same oil company recruiter at a school that did not require that I attend field camp. Vassar had a workaround for that. We had a cross-country field trip that the women would go on, or you could also take a 2-week field mapping seminar in Bermuda. So with that behind me, with that under my belt, I was then eligible for this graduate school, went to graduate school, and had a wonderful experience in the field because my field work was in Tunisia. And it was an amazing experience.